Welcome back, everybody. This week, President Trump is pushing what some medical experts are calling an unproven link between Tylenol usage and autism.
He announced his administration is even issuing a warning to doctors not to recommend acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, for pregnant women. Now, joining us this afternoon to share some reaction to this is Jacquie Benestante. She's the executive director of the Autism Society of Texas. Jacquie, thanks so much for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're glad to be here.
We appreciate it. We want to start, and we thought it might be helpful to first explain for people what autism is and how it affects children.
Yeah, great question. So autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder, and it is something that you're born with. It lasts across the lifespan. So kids with autism become adults with autism, and it is a spectrum disorder, so it can really vary in how it presents in people from a very high level of support needs, almost needing like round-the-clock care almost their whole life, to people living very independently, working, possibly even going to college. We have lots of autistic students in college now. So it really is a huge spectrum.
And Jacquie, as well as you are well aware, there is much speculation about what exactly causes autism, but what does the research show that you've seen about any kind of link to Tylenol usage?
These Tylenol studies aren't actually new. They have been around for a long time. And then I know there's a 2024 study that ended up with about 2 million people in it. And initially there was some associations with Tylenol, but when they looked at family factors and genetics, they actually completely ruled out the causal link of Tylenol. So, it is definitely, it's definitely not accurate to say Tylenol causes autism at this point. The studies are definitely not conclusive in that with a causal link.
After this announcement from the president and his administration, what are you hearing from families you work with? I imagine there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, there is a lot of confusion. I'm seeing families are kind of upset and hurt, and we work with a lot of autistic adults as well. And so I think the biggest concern, if you are an autistic adult or you're a parent of a teen or somebody that can understand what the news is saying, the language is so damaging to be called a plague or a crisis or all this kind of, you're destroying families and things like that. So, we know autism is a spectrum, but there's so many amazing people with autism that are not a plague, and some parents are having to explain why our government is saying that about their children, and that's been really hard.
And you were mentioning there some of the comments previously made by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in some cases. There is so much stigma and pressure for pregnant women or families that are expecting children at this point. So what do you say to those who are in that vulnerable position right now?
You mean if mothers that are pregnant?
Sure.
I would really, I'm not a medical doctor, but I do think just looking at the studies, they are really inconclusive, and we have seen, other groups, medical groups come out and say that it's, the problems of having a fever during pregnancy are a cause. That's a problem. So Tylenol is still apparently the safest, most effective thing during pregnancy. So I think, it's more important to listen to your actual medical doctor, discuss it with them. And be, you've got to protect yourself too. So I think, it's safe to take, and that's what, we have to kind of follow the real medical experts and actual data.
Talk to us about a bit more. You mentioned the stigma that folks with autism and families with a person with autism in them already face. And I'm sure wading through those conversations, not only within their own families, but out in the world too. How do you advise families moving forward, especially if they're facing more of that kind of harmful language you mentioned now?
Yeah, I think the best that families can do is just reassure their loved one. If you have a teen or an adult or somebody old enough to understand what the news message is, just reassure them they're loved, they're unique, they're gonna do, they can do great things, they're different, they're not, there's a different, not less, Tim Paul Grandin says that a lot, but, they may be unique or a little different, but there's nothing, they're not a plague and they're not a crisis. And, I think that parents just have to kind of reinforce, the good and the uniqueness of neurodiversity,
Different, not less. Love to highlight that. Well, Jacquie Benestante with the Autism Society of Texas, thank you again for being with us. We so appreciate you joining us to talk more about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.